We come to you live from George Sparky Anderson Field here on the beautiful campus of California Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks, California, where the Conejo Oaks get ready to play their 32nd game of the season, and today they will host the CCL South affiliate San Diego Waves for the final time this season. Well, it's great to have you with us up here in the booth alongside Judo Kanyas. My name is Sammy Fawn, and today is a big game for both the Oaks and the Waves, especially for the Waves, though, as this is their final game of the 2025 season. They're wrapping up a 12-game season, and this is the second time these two teams are playing each other. And as large as their roster may have been throughout the season, there's certainly a shortage of individual Waves players here today. We saw 13 players in the dugout, so it'll make it that much more important for every Waves player to stay healthy today. But the Waves, they've got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They've got a 2-game winning streak, including coming off of a demanding 21-5 win against the MLB Academy Barons this past Thursday. The Waves are certainly a threat to the Oaks today.
No, they certainly are. And the last time that they played at George Sparky Anderson Field, it was a 5-4 game, and the Waves stuck with them pretty much through the entire game. So I think, yeah, for the San Diego Wave, it being their last game of the season, they obviously want to end on a high note. They're on a 2-game win streak, like you mentioned. But for the Oaks, they want to continue on a win streak, which is now 4, and hopefully they can move into this weekend and make it 5.
Yeah, the Oaks coming off of 3 straight wins against the Saints and an 8-2 win yesterday against Philippines Baseball Group, and they definitely want to carry that momentum into today. Waves with some momentum of their own, but we will take you to the field side. Starting on the mound for the Conejo Oaks today is Cody Carson. Carson making his 5th start of the season, his 6th total appearance. He is 1-1 on the season. His one win came back on July 6th against Philippines Baseball Group. He was last seen on July 13th in the Oaks' 4-1 win against the Arroyo Seco Saints last week on Sunday. And leading off for the San Diego Waves is Dimitri Sositko, the center fielder. And the first pitch from Carson is a fastball strike on the upper part of the zone. Well, the Waves coming off of 2 straight wins. Their first win of that win column was against the Arroyo Seco Saints on Friday, July 11th. It was an 11-7 victory for the Waves as that one is fouled off to the right side. The count is 0-2 on Dimitri Sositko. Well, Dimitri Sositko coming out of his freshman year. He batted this past spring season at Saddleback College .321 as he takes a fastball in the upper that's a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Sositko and Nielsen have been the only 2 guys on the Waves roster that have played a total of 10 games. The only 2 guys in double digits for the Waves this season.
That one is bounced foul right against the Conejo Oaks dugout, so the count still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Oaks, they certainly meant business yesterday as they soundly beat Philippines Baseball Group 8-2. They struck first in that first inning and capitalized on a few mistakes as well as Sositko takes one outside for ball 2. The Oaks, yesterday's game, would score 1 in the first, 2 in the 5th and 6th innings respectively, and the last 4 innings in a row they scored at least 1 run. 3 errors apiece on each side yesterday as that one is lined to the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit, so Dimitri Sositko has himself a leadoff single. And that's how this game starts offensively for the San Diego Waves as Sositko picks up his 11th hit of the season.
Yeah, now tied in first in the hit category. Just a good piece of hitting right there. Shoots the gap between Cade Falskin and Jake Schwartz.
Check on Sositko at first. He just got back safely. That was rather close. Not a bad attempt from Cody Carson, but Sositko able to get back. Here's Matthew Thomas batting second for the Waves in right field as he looks at a ball upstairs. Well, we take you through the batting order for the Waves. Sositko led off. Matthew Thomas batting second. Andreas Nielsen third. In the middle, Ethan Begani. Nate Norman batting 5th. Another check on Sositko. Batting 6th is Liam O'Day, the designated hitter. And to finish it off, Will Hostetter Anthony Tompkins and Austin Palmares. And there's a fastball inside for a ball. Well, Matthew Thomas, he's played collegiately at the College of William and Mary he was there for 4 years, and he's also played in summer for the Cal Ripken Collegiate League for the Loudoun River Dogs, as that one is launched in the air to right center field, chasing Kenlinger back to the wall. It's up against the wall. Jax Jimenez gets it in. Sisitko is going to be waved home. The relay comes to the plate, but it's not in time. It's an RBI double for Matthew Thomas as the Waves strike first, 1-0. Well, if you're the Waves, that's exactly the kind of start you were hoping to achieve against the Oaks.
Yeah, that was just great hitting right there from Matthew Thomas, who pretty much just shot it over the head of Jax Jimenez over there in center field. And I mean, just great base running by Sisitko. I mean, he really turned on the wheels pretty much from first base all the way home, and it was bang, bang at home as the throw just narrowly came in, but not able to get there in time for the out. So the Waves already making an early noise here.
Andres Nielsen, the batter now. He looks at a ball inside that goes all the way to the backstop, and Nolan Johnson has trouble getting it. Here comes Thomas to the plate. He'll score!
Wow. Well, everything is just going wrong so far for the Conejo Oaks, just in 2 batters that we've seen. And now the third being Andres Nielsen. I mean, this is not the start that the Oaks want.
Oh, looks like the umpires are actually saying that Nielsen got hit by the pitch, so that will actually send Thomas back to second. Well, that's a little disappointing if you're the Waves from an emotional standpoint. I mean, just all that momentum they were building up, but hey, they still got nobody out, so Nielsen gets hit defensively. Let's go through the defense for the Oaks. Carson on the mound. Nolan Johnson is behind the plate. Jake Schwartz at first base. Cade Falskin at second. Holly at third. Zach Mora at short. In the outfield from left to right, it's Dawson, Jimenez, and Danuitz, as that one is chopped foul backwards. Well, I mean, the Oaks, having given up 2 leadoff hits and then hit a batter, they have faced some early obstacles so far, but they will definitely have to shake it off. Here's the 0-1. There's a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Andreas Nielsen. Well, Nielsen, rising sophomore at Saddleback College. He hit 5 home runs in his freshman year. 1-1, and Nielsen gets a piece of that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, well, Oaks are certainly facing a tsunami from the Waves. Strike 3 called as Begani goes down looking. Beg your pardon there. So there's 1 gone as Begani is the first out for the Waves. That'll bring up Nate Norman.
Yeah, and Cody Carson just did that slider with some style to get the out right there and get Begani looking.
So that brings up Nate Norman. He is the starting catcher for the Waves as the Oaks are able to get that first out as Norman fouls that one back. Yeah, well, this Waves team, they're currently 5-6 on the season so far. Their first win of the season came against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Dropped the next 3 after that, but the Waves, they've had an up and down season as Norman takes another strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, it's kind of a completely different look than what they did in 2024, where they played 42 games over 50 days in the California Premier Collegiate League. And we've been there now, 12th and final game of the season.
And a swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts for Cody Carson. He's able to rebound from his first 3 batters, those obstacles, and get the next 2 outs. Well, that now brings up Liam O'Day. Liam O'Day, the designated hitter for the Waves. Chance to bring home a run with 2 outs, and he looks at a strike on the inside corner. Well, the Oaks certainly not necessarily accustomed to as it's been lately to facing this much trouble early on, but they've been able to rebound. It has happened throughout the season. Here's the 0-1 to O'Day. Misses outside for a ball, 1-1. Well, Liam O'Day, rising freshman at UC San Diego, graduated recently from Del Norte High School, where he played 93 games in 3 years. 1-1. Grounded back to Carson. Runs it to the mound, tosses to Schwartz. So the Waves strike first, 1-0. A huge scare between a call that ended up being a hit by pitch, but 1-0 Waves. We head to the bottom of the first. Stay tuned. Oaks come up to bat in the bottom of the first, and starting on the mound for the San Diego Waves is David Gordon. Now, David Gordon, as we saw in the portal previously at Southwestern College, this season he has made 4 pitching appearances. This is his 5th. He was last seen on July 11th against the Arroyo Seco Saints in the 11-7 victory. He has not had a decision to his name yet, as Cade Falskin bunts it foul to the left side. Well, we take a look at the batting order for the Conejo Oaks. Falskin, Danuitz, and Nolan Johnson, the first 3. In the middle, Tyler Hawley, Devin Wilkes, he's the DH today, and Jake Schwartz. And to finish it off, it's Jax Jimenez, Zach Mora, and Jonah Dawson, who's playing left field today. No balls and 1 strike. Misses upstairs for a ball, and defensively for the Waves, David Gordon, the second on the mound. Nate Norman behind the dish. At first base is Ethan Bagani. At second base, Austin Palmares, as that one misses high and away for a ball. At third base is Andreas Nielsen. Will Hostetter at shortstop, and in the outfield from left to right, Anthony Tompkins, Demetrius Sisitko, and Matthew Thomas. 2-1. Grounded to the right side. Bagani will take it and step on the bag for the out.
Yeah, and David Gordon now making his second start of the season for the San Diego Wave. It's also his second start versus the Conejo Oaks. It's the longest outing that he had back on July 5th. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in the 20 batters he faced. And we talked about at the beginning of the show, but San Diego Wave came to play last time they played the Oaks back on July 5th.
There's a swing and a miss for a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. I mean, yeah, it was just a 1-run victory for the Conejo Oaks, as a 5-4 win. As That one misses.
Yeah,
we look at it. It was the Waves who scored 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning, and then the Oaks fought back, and they would score 5 more unanswered runs. Right side. Play is made over at second. And the throw to first for the out. Nice play by Palmares at second.
Yeah, it was a 4-run 7th inning back on that win on July 5th. It was in part due to a 2-run blast from Devin Wilkes, where he got his 2nd home run of the season. Someone that we saw at the California Collegiate League Showcase in the championship round in the home run derby. And man, he put up a good fight, had 30 home runs in the total derby. I mean, unfortunately, that Tommy Gooden just was a monster that day. Had 18 home runs in the final round. I mean, I'm pretty sure he hit 5 straight home runs. I mean, it was his ballpark. He's used to the MLB Youth Academy, but regardless, a tall task.
This is down low. It's 3-0 to Nolan Johnson, who's getting the start behind the plate today. We've seen him a lot at first base, and he's been pretty much taking over full time ever since Nate Johnson went down with a shoulder injury. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, Johnson didn't see action yesterday. He saw action on the road against Arroyo Seco on Thursday as he looks at ball 4, a 2-out walk. So Johnson at first with 2 outs, and now that will bring up Tyler Holly, the third baseman. Holly leading the team and leading the Oaks in home runs with 4 on the season. Hit a 3-run home run this past Thursday against the Arroyo Seco Saints in Pasadena, which made it a 5-0 game at the time.
Yeah, he's been on a tear just in this pretty much past week that the Oaks have played. I know we had Monday through Wednesday off, but last weekend too, he hit 2 home runs on Friday and on Saturday.
It's a fastball on the outer part of the plate. It was a great framing job there by Nate Norman. With 2 outs, the 0-1, a swing and a miss. It's now 0-2 on Tyler Holly. Well, Holly, we mentioned, leading the team in home runs on the season, as well as RBIs with 21 on the season. 0-2 with 2 outs. A high fastball misses. It's 1-2 on Tyler Holly. Well, the Oaks currently in second place, still just 1 game behind the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Foresters currently on a 2-game winning streak. 1-2 is lifted in the air to right center field, drifting to the right side. And going back to the wall to make the catch is Matthew Thomas to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, 1 walk. And we head to the 2nd inning as David Gordon II puts up a blank space in the bottom of the 1st inning. 1-0 Waves as we enter the second inning, as David Gordon II had a great bottom of the first inning, and now the Waves will come back up to bat. It'll be Will Hostetter, the shortstop, leading things off for the Waves, as the Waves put up 1 run in their half of the first inning thanks to back-to-back singles. And Cody Carson enters his second inning of work, and it's a fastball upstairs to Will Hostetter. And Hostetter has played 1 year at Palomar after graduating from Oceanside High School, where he played 122 total games, as he looks at a strike on the outer part of the plate. He was a 4-year player in high school. Slugged 7 home runs, a .463 slugging percentage. Looks at one outside, and now it's 2-1. Well, Cody Carson, he's had a good season on the mound. His innings high so far is 5, as he went his last appearance against the Saints on July 13th, as Hostetter chops it to third. Tyler Hawley throws to first for out number 1.
Yeah, Hawley's been doing that all summer. That's probably the easiest play he's going to make all day today. We've seen him make some acrobatic plays at third base, but that one was as easy as it comes.
Now brings up Anthony Tompkins, the left fielder, as Carson is able to retire the first batter here in the second inning. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Well, Anthony Tompkins, a rising freshman at San Diego Mesa College after graduating from St. Augustine High School. So he takes a hack at that one and misses.
Ranked as the 15th first baseman by perfect game in 2025 in the state of California, as well as a 2025 preseason All-American California Region honorable mention.
Takes the fastball outside for a ball, playing for his hometown affiliated summer ball team in San Diego. As he swings and misses at that one for strike 3, so Cody Carson with his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, he's been dealing so far. I mean, really outside of those 2 back-to-back hits by Sisitko and Thomas to start the game, Cody Carson has been a lot more comfortable on the mound.
Bring up Austin Palmares, the second baseman. Slider gets the outer part of the plate, 0-1.
The freshman at Saddleback Community College, played 33 games this past season for them.
Swings and misses at that one for strike 2, 0-2. Yeah, he hit 3 doubles, had 14 RBIs, walked 6 times. He went 23 for 87 at the plate. A kinesiology major. As he takes one in the dirt. It's now 1-2 on Palmares from Cypress, California. Cody Carson seems to have rebounded from his first inning obstacles as he delivers a high fastball. The count is even at 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Carson delivers, and it's fouled back against the screen, so it's still 2-2. Well, Cody Carson is a returner for the Oaks from the 2022 and 2023 seasons. Last summer, he played for the Greenville Flyboys of the Appalachian League. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. In tight, the count is now full. That one curved in away from the body of Palmares, as that one was relatively close to clipping his jersey, but which was inside. A full count pitch is fouled off to the right side. Still a full count on Palmares.
Yeah, Cody Carson's slider right there was a little bit enchanted, just the way it kind of was brought in, and almost, I mean, it almost kind of hit Palmares pretty much in the elbow.
3-2 on the way. Slapped foul to the left side. That was just outside the third base bag. This is a good at-bat Palmares is putting on against Cody Carson. Cody Carson played for the Menlo College Oaks in 2024. Also previously played at New Mexico State University this past season. And there's a swing and a miss, so Cody Carson wins that battle. Rebounds from his first inning obstacles and pitches a 1-2-3 second. We go to the bottom of the second. Stay tuned. Bottom of the second inning, Oaks will come back up to bat. They're chasing one run, 1-0. The Waves lead. Devin Wilkes will lead things off for the Conejo Oaks. Also do want to give a shout out in attendance in the audience today, the Thousand Oaks 11-year-old all-star team present at today's game. Big shout out to them.
Yeah, if you're watching during the break, they had a dizzy bat competition with two of the players. It's always a good, fun time.
Wilkes chases at that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Devin Wilkes serving as the designated hitter in today's game as Jake Schwartz is at first base. Wilkes went 2 for 5 yesterday. So he chops that one foul to the right side. Had a couple of singles. The last time these two teams played each other, Wilkes hit a 2-run home run to right field, which gave the Oaks a 5-3 lead. And that one is fouled off. Wilkes got jammed a little bit, but was able to get a piece. So it's a 1-2 count on Wilkes. And he fouls that one off to the left. It's still 1-2.
Yeah, I think the biggest growth we've seen from Wilkes, especially just in the past week, has really been his decision-making at the plate, not always chasing pitches. But the crazy thing is when he does chase pitches, he actually still has a really good batting average.
Fly to the left side. It goes foul. Yeah, I think we talked about it before when Devin Wilkes had realized what his percentage rate of swinging at the first pitch was. He made that adjustment and seeing results. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses inside, goes to the backstop. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and you
Wilkes.
You see that in young players. I mean, guys that are always trying to make a play every plate appearance. And I think that's the great thing we've seen about the Oaks is it appears that Devin Wilkes was hit and pretty much, I think that was in his foot or something.
Oh, yeah, it did get him. One of the more tougher to spot hit by pitches. So Wilkes is at first to start the inning. It was interesting. We saw Nielsen take a pitch inside that also hit him, that also we didn't realize had hit him, and we thought might have been another run. So Wilkes at first to start the second. That'll bring up Jake Schwartz, the first baseman, and he fouls that one off to the left side. No balls and 1 strike. Well, Schwartz has 2 home runs on the season. His last one came about a week ago in Pasadena against the Saints. You'll want a swing and a miss. It's 0-2 on Jake Schwartz. He slugged a home run earlier in the season against Philippines. The day after these two teams played each other last, it was on July 6th against Philippines Baseball Group. That hits Schwartz, so back-to-back hit batters. And Schwartz at first, Wilkes goes to second now with nobody out. And the Oaks, they have a distinct chance to tie the game here.
Yeah, I mean, that one's got to hurt a little bit more than what Devin Wilkes got hit by a pitch. I mean, in the back, as Jake Schwartz was able to shake it off.
Brings up Jax Jimenez, the center fielder for the Oaks. So Wilkes at second, Schwartz at first. Jimenez takes a fastball in the outer part of the plate. So Tommy Kendlinger not in the starting lineup today. Mentioned his name earlier, but Jimenez back in center field. One ball and no strike, the rising sophomore at Oregon. Fouls that one off to the left side. One ball and one strike on Jimenez. Jimenez, another guy with one home run on the season.
Yeah, he was 2 for 4 yesterday in the win versus the Philippines Baseball Group. Had an RBI, a run, as well as a walk.
1-1, a fastball strike on the outside corner. It's now 1-2 on Jax Jimenez. Well, mentioned Tommy Kendlinger. He went on a little bit of a leave. He had played for the first time on July 13th since July 5th. So basically in an 8-day leave, he was away for personal reasons, and that one is fouled away again, but it's great to see Kendlinger back.
Yeah, nothing scary. He was just a groomsman at a friend's or family wedding, so stepped away to enjoy some good time with friends.
There's a fastball outside. It's an even 2-2 count on Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez, one of his former teammate this summer, now one of his former teammates, Alex Umland, who was at Oregon this past summer, just committed to UC Irvine, the pitcher for the Oaks.
There's a swing and a miss. Filthy off speed from David Gordon the second to get Jimenez for the first out.
Shortstop number 25, Zach Mora.
Saw a lot of speed there, but yeah, that off speeder from Gordon was just mean. So here's Zach Mora, the shortstop. Seen him play a lot at shortstop. He's been doing well there as he looks at a ball outside, and Zach Mora put on quite a show at short yesterday. Made a lot of picks. Yeah, him and Holly at third, and Mora had, I think, just one defensive error, but he's been a magnetic glove at short, so he takes a fastball outside. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, he was certainly flashing that leather all day long, and has really filled in nicely. I mean, Brady Hewitt was a guy that we saw for kind of as an everyday shortstop. It's now Zach Mora who's taken that post, and he's filled in really nicely.
It's a fastball downstairs. It's a 3-0 count on Mora. Well, a walk here would certainly give Gordon a lot of trouble, as it would load the bases with just one out. Jonah Dawson waits on deck. 3-0 Mora showing bunt, and he pulls back, but it's a strike on the upper part of the zone. 3-1.
Yeah, first time today that David Gordon going to have to work through some traffic here, with now runners at first and second, and still 2 outs to play with.
3-1 fastball outside, bases loaded. So the Oaks have a chance to tie it and possibly take the lead. It's Jonah Dawson who steps to the plate. Dawson getting the start in left field today for the Oaks. We saw him at second base.
And the Oaks' wildest dreams, they would love to see a grand slam right here by Jonah Dawson to bring all 4 runners home and take the first lead of the game.
First pitch misses downstairs for a ball, and, well, 5 straight balls prompts a visit to the mound from Nate Norman to talk to David Gordon. Yeah, Jonah Dawson He's got a strong bat at the plate, and we've seen him defensively. He's been quite versatile. We've seen him, saw him in left field to start the season, but we've seen him at second, third, and for Cal Lutheran, for the Kingsmen, he's played at first base even. So it's a 1-0 count on Dawson. Wilkes at third, Schwartz at second, and Mora at first as he looks at a fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, it's a big chance right here for the Oaks to capitalize, something they did a lot yesterday, and just in recent weeks they've been able to do it more.
Misses upstairs for a ball. It's 2-1. Well, Jonah Dawson so far with 7 hits on the season. Batting 189, coming off of a 36-hit season for Cal Lutheran. 2-1, lifted to right center field. That is going to get down for a base hit as Thomas was unable to corral it. Wilkes scores. Schwartz stopped at third. They'll go station to station. And the Oaks have tied the game on an RBI single by Jonah Dawson. That was a good effort out there in right field by Thomas. He did everything he could, and it didn't change the result at all. It's still a single nonetheless. He was fortunate not to let it get by him, but a big hit all in all.
Yeah, certainly, as Jonah Dawson really jumped on that pitch right there and sends it into right field. And yeah, well, Thomas didn't make the play. He was still able to kind of shield the ball and not let it get past him. In that case, if we got a pass, I think we would have seen Jake Schwartz head home, but it's now a tie ball game.
High and inside, it's a 1-0 count on Cade Falskin with 1 out. And base is still loaded, but it's now a tie game, and so Schwartz is at third, Mora at second, and now Dawson is at first. The fastest runner on base, Dawson at first. Off speed, makes it over the plate for a strike, 1-1. Well, Cade Falskin, second baseman for the Oaks, batting 194 on the season. As he lifts that one in foul territory. And it hops right beside Andreas Nielsen. So it's 1-2 on Falskin. Yeah, Falskin with 7 hits on the season. Certainly got a chance to bring home a run here as he's got 4 RBIs on the season and he has scored 7 of his own. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-2 on the way. It's high and outside. It's an even 2-2 count. Well, a walk would give the Oaks the lead here. Gordon's got to make sure he throws strikes here.
Yeah, and Falskin just comes from a lineage of baseball players. His both brothers, Carson and Cole, playing collegiate baseball. Father also played at Long Beach State.
To the right side, it's foul.
We've talked about it before, but his uncle, Mike Scott, was one hell of a player for the Houston Astros and the New York Mets between 1979 and 1991. He was actually the Cy Young winner in 1986 and a 3-time All-Star. That same year in 1986 was also won a championship, or I should say the World Series with the Mets.
Takes a high fastball, 3-2. Yeah, certainly an impressive legacy, and we've seen a number of players in this league that come from huge baseball families that have Major League Baseball relatives. Those families know baseball all too well. Full count pitch. Down and in for ball 4. Oaks take the lead, 2-1.
Yeah, right now David Gordon's just a little rattled as he'll now get a mound visit from pitching coach Lewis Cohen. So they're going to have a conversation. Yeah, David Gordon really all sorts of issues. 2 hit batters and 2 walks alone in this inning. Has also now allowed 2 earned runs. And to be honest with you, I mean, there's, we see a lot of teams with such a deep pitching staff. This is not really the case for the Waves.
Right.
I mean, they pretty much have, I would say, 3 players as substitutes.
Yeah, they have, I believe, 13 total players today,
so
so they're certainly short. They're going to have to make what they can with their pitchers, and frankly, I wouldn't be surprised later in the game to see a position player pitch.
Yeah, it depends where the game is.
Yeah, plus this is the Waves' last game of the regular season.
Yeah.
So here's Lucas Danuitz. Grounded out his first time up. Looks at a high fastball, 1-0. So the Oaks up 2-1 over the Waves, as now we've got Mora at third, Dawson at second, and Falskin at first. 1-0 to Danuitz. In the air, right side, foul territory. It's foul.
Yeah, first baseman Ethan Begani tried to make a play, but I think with the wind and just how it veered that ball off to the right, was not able to make the play.
Count is even at 1 on Danuitz, rising graduate student at California Lutheran University, where he has recently completed his bachelor's in marketing communications. Left side. Nielsen throws to second. The throw is high, but Palmares is able to get back to the bag in time, but that's all the Waves will get. As the run scores, it's now 3-1 Oaks. Well, that is not an error by any means statistically, but if Nielsen throws that ball accurately, maybe the Waves have a chance of a double play there, but Waves get the second out at least. It is 3-1. It's now runners at the corners with 2 outs and a 2-run lead for the Oaks.
Yeah, just a high throw from Nielsen. I mean, Palmares, not really the tallest guy, had to really go upstairs to get that.
Johnson lifts it to right center field. It's going to get down for a hit. In to score Dawson, heading to third, and safe is Danuitz, and the throw gets past first. Dawson will come to the plate, or Danuitz will come to the plate. It's now 5-1 Oaks, so ends up being a 2-run single, as you saw Dawson score easily, and as Danuitz went to third, you saw Johnson rounding the bag, and Nielsen got greedy and tried to throw him out. He threw it past Begani and allowed Danuitz to come home.
Yeah, just all sorts of issues right there for the Waves, and ends up costing them another run, as the Oaks really pouring it on here in the second inning.
Here's Tyler Hawley. There goes Johnson. Throw down to second. Not in time, as it skips past the shortstop Hostetter, and he is backed up by Palmares. It's a 1-0 count on Tyler Hawley. One-0. Misses down and away. It's now 2-0 on Tyler Hawley. Well, Hawley saw him in yesterday's game at the plate. He had 1 single. He went 1 for 5 that game. 2-0. Fastball misses downstairs. It's now 3-0 on Tyler Hawley.
Yeah, and you're David Gordon. You need to calm down right now in a situation like this. You've obviously allowed 5 runs here in the second inning, but just one batter at a time.
3-0. Lifted in the air to right field. Chases Thomas back a few steps, and he's able to make the catch. Oaks score 5 runs in the bottom of the second inning, as Gordon's inning in the second is pretty much the opposite from what it was in the first, as the Oaks bat around, and we head to the third inning. Stay tuned. Top of the third inning, Dimitri Sisitko will lead things off for the Waves, top of the order. Sisitko led things off with a single and scored in the first inning. He would score on an RBI double by Matthew Thomas. First pitch. In tight for ball one. Well, Conejo Oaks now off to a 5-1 lead over the San Diego Waves as they exploded in the bottom of the second. They batted around. That one is fouled straight back. It's now a 1-1 count on Sisitko.
Yeah, everybody was eating in that second inning. I mean, it helps that David Gordon hit two of the batters, walked another two, but the Oaks were able to capitalize, something we've been talking about all season long.
A broken bat lined on a hop to short, and Mora throws to first. The throw takes Schwartz off the bag, but he's able to get back down and tags Sisitko, and Sisitko doesn't appear to agree with the call.
Well, for Jake Schwartz, that was a gorgeous play right there at first base.
Yeah.
Just the way he was lifted off the bag and then able to tag Sisitko in midair.
Well, looks like the umpires are getting together to talk about this. Yeah, I mean, the broken bat, first of all, that's always scary as a fielder to see that coming, but for Zach Mora to make the throw was a bit high, but Schwartz is able to duck down. It appears just in time, according to the umpire, but we'll see if anything becomes of this conversation. Call was upheld, so yeah, great play on the receiving end, to your point, by Jake Schwartz. So one gone here in the third inning, and that will now bring up Matthew Thomas, the right fielder. He is responsible for the Waves' lone RBI on the day. There's a slider on the outside corner, strike one.
Well, the San Diego Wave currently in 5th place in the California Collegiate League.
As Thomas looks at another strike on the outer part of the plate. Yeah, the Waves, one of 3 affiliates in the South, and the affiliate in the North is the Alameda Merchants. Yeah, the Waves right behind the Saints in 5th place. The highest standing affiliate are the Waves. Payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. So Cody Carson sees a strikeout of Matthew Thomas. That would be his 5th strikeout of the day.
Yeah, he continues to deal right here, and now his 5th start of the summer. Just got everything working with the slider, the off speed, even the fastball.
Brings up Andreas Nielsen. So Cody Carson delivers a fastball strike on the outside corner. Yeah, well, looking ahead, the Oaks, they've got today, and then they've got 6 games left on the season.
3 of which they play the Orange County Riptide, which I'm going to tell you that every game is going to be a playoff type of game. I mean, that you obviously the Santa Barbara Forester is in first place, but you know, with the actual playoffs, Santa Barbara doesn't play in the playoffs. And actually, I believe that Santa Barbara's last game is today in the California Collegiate League this summer, and they play in the NBC. So the Oaks and Riptide pretty much fighting for home field advantage in the championship series.
2 balls and 1 strike. Misses inside. It's a 3-1 count to Andreas Nielsen.
And if you're the Oaks, I mean, you know, we've been down to Great Park twice, and both times it has not been pretty. I mean, there's a lot of bad blood right now between the Orange County Riptide and the Conejo Oaks, and, you know, the Oaks certainly don't want to travel down there again for another playoff game.
Yeah, it's not the venue itself that's not pretty. It's more just the way these games have turned out for the Oaks. I mean, you saw a 14-3 loss and an 11-3 loss at Great Park. And the one time the Oaks hosted the Riptide so far, Oaks won that game. 3-2 on the way is just a little bit off, and it's a full count walk with 2 outs to Andreas Nielsen.
Yeah, and tomorrow will be the first time they actually host them, here at George Sparky Anderson Field. We
That's
were
right.
in Ventura County College where, the Oaks and the Riptide, it was a classic. It was, 11th inning walk-off. So you're just kind of hoping more for that result and not really what we've seen down in Great Park.
So Nielsen at first with 2 outs. And Ethan Begani fouls that one right off himself. He went down swinging his first time up. Yeah, the Oaks will be at Great Park again on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday it'll be a 5 o'clock game in Orange County in Irvine, California. No balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Carson deals. Grounded to the right side. That's going to get through for a base hit. And Nielsen holds at second. So Waves are in business here in the 3rd inning. They've got 2 on with 2 outs. They are chasing 4 runs.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there from Begani. A seeing-eye single that just shoots the gap between Falskin and Schwartz in the infield. And really with, 5 runs, we've seen games before where, either the Oaks or the opponents score a lot of runs in the first 2-3 innings. And, it's almost a little bit more pressure if you got to maintain this lead through 7 innings total. And, the Wave we've seen already this season, they're, willing to fight at whatever cost. And like we've talked about, it being their final game of the season, they're not going to go away easy.
First pitch. Misses inside, a 1-0 count to Nate Norman, the catcher. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. And the Waves, other than the first inning, this is now the 2nd biggest opportunity they have had with 2 on and 2 outs. That one is ripped into left field for a base hit. Nielsen will be stopped at 3rd. And so the Waves now have him loaded with 2 outs.
Back-to-back singles right there. That one just hooks into left field, and pretty much if you flipped it of the same hit of what we saw from Begani just
Right.
into left field. And now bases loaded situation. The Wave have now all done this with 2 outs.
Brings up Liam O'Day. 2 outs, the designated hitter representing the tying run. Both Carson and O'Day facing the pressure. That one is launched to right center field, but Danuwitz is able to drift over there to make the catch. So Waves leave the bases loaded, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 5-1 Oaks. We'll be back. Bottom of the third inning, Devin Wilkes first up. And it's a foul to the right side. It's now an 0-2 count on Wilkes. Oh, Josue Sayer. No balls and 2 strikes on Wilkes. That one is launched to center field. It's playable, though, for Sisitko. He makes the catch. And the new pitcher for the San Diego Waves is Josue Sayer, rising sophomore at Cypress College. He's from Long Beach, California. So David Gordon II's day is done as he yields way to Josue Sayer, and Sayer making his 7th pitching appearance of the season. He has started 1 game. He is 0-1 on the season as Jake Schwartz looks at a strike on the inside corner. Well, Josue Sayer, his 1 loss on the season came on June 20th in a 14-3 loss against the Santa Barbara Foresters as Schwartz takes one outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. He's wearing number 43, listed as number 17 on the roster, but I actually just spoke to the head coach for the San Diego Wave, which would be Jake Rico, and he said he's worn 43 this whole season. He doesn't know why number 17 is listed on the roster, but it is what it is.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwartz rips one up the middle for a base hit. So Jake Schwartz on with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 3rd. Well, the Oaks, they've got 3 insurance runs over the Waves, and they've got a 4-run lead, and Jax Jimenez will step to the plate. Jimenez was a strikeout victim his first time up. Gets his first at-bat against Sayer. And he looks at a strike on the inner part of the plate.
Yeah, Jimenez 0 for 1 today.
Schwartz at first with 1 out. 0-1. That one is chopped foul right in front of Nate Norman. So it's an 0-2 count on Jimenez. One of the Oregon players for the Conejo Oaks. He's got that Oregon gear on his shin guard in the bottom of his shoes, the green and yellow. So there's a fastball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jimenez.
Yeah, that's one of the cool parts of just, covering the summer baseball all summer long. You see these guys in their, college attire, or, college gear while wearing the summer jerseys.
There's a swing and a miss, and Josue Sayer gets his first strikeout.
Yeah, that was just nasty stuff right there as just the bottom broke out or dropped down.
So Zach Morris steps to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up. He steps in with 2 outs and Schwartz at first. Still 5-1 Oaks. Slider misses down and away for a ball. Well, the Conejo Oaks, the target on their back is getting more real as we near the postseason, as there's a check on Schwartz at first. Yeah, the Conejo Oaks, their run in the playoffs last year, having not even lost a game in the postseason, and they swept the Walnut Creek Crawdads in the CCL championship.
Yes, still plenty of baseball. Still plenty of baseball to play for the Oaks. Their goal is to hopefully play at home for the division championship and not have to travel.
2-0, grounded to the left side. It's now a 2-1 count on Zach Mora.
And that's why every game versus Orange County Riptide, who is currently they played the Saints last night, and they were actually up 20-8 at Jackie Robinson Field, but due to the lights turning off at 10 p.m., the game got postponed. So as of right now, the Riptide are 18-11, so 3 games behind the Oaks.
Just a fastball upstairs. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, presumably the odds are that the game would continue, but I mean, a 20-8 lead and after 7 innings, it's kind of like, why, you know? And we've already seen lights go out, or heard about the lights going out at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field earlier in the season as post 10 p.m. and Schwartz takes off. It doesn't matter because Zach Mora draws ball 4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what they do in that situation right there. Is I believe the Riptide and the Saints just play one more time this season, which would be at Great Park. Well, they actually played 2 more times.
So Zach Mora draws a walk with 2 outs, and Jonah Dawson steps to the plate, and he looks at a strike right over the plate. He had an RBI single his first time up to right field, as Nate Norman goes out to talk to Sayer.
And it's a full house on the left side of the stands here at George Sparky Anderson Field. A lot of people here enjoying some Saturday afternoon baseball in the California Collegiate League.
Right side, that is a base hit. Schwartz will round third, come to the plate. The throw by Thomas is up the line and not in time. And Mora and Dawson also advance an extra base. So Jonah Dawson is 2 for 2 with a pair of RBI singles. He goes to second on the throw. It's now 6-1 Oaks.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Dawson, who's been feeling it all day long. Kind of similar location where he ripped his first single to bring in a run back in the second inning, but the Oaks are hot right now.
That now brings up Cade Falskin, as he looks at one upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. So Zach Mora at third and Dawson is at second. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Falskin looks at one upstairs and away. It's 2-0. Yeah, Cade Falskin, seen him shine in the leadoff spot, and that leadoff spot, it's been shared by a number of players. Tommy Kenlinger, of course, had a long stretch in that leadoff spot. 2-0 with 2 outs. Misses up and inside. It's now 3-0 on Cade Falskin.
It's kind of a different script here for the Wave today, as talked about in the opening show, in the opening part of this show. But they defeated the Barons 21-5 just 2 days ago.
Looks at a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, 21-5. I mean, especially thinking about how impressive it is for an affiliated ball club to pull off such a substantial victory. The Barons, another talented team right behind the Waves in 6th place. 3-1 bounce to the right side. Pagani takes it and steps on the bag. So Oaks add 1 more as we are a third of the way through this game. Stay tuned for the 4th. We'll be back. 3 innings done. We are now in the 4th inning. It's a 6-1 lead for the Conejo Oaks as the Waves will come up to bat here in the top of the 4th. Will Hostetter will lead things off, the shortstop for San Diego. Waves chasing 5 runs now. First pitch, a fastball on the upper part of the zone. No balls and 1 strike. Well, Cody Carson enters his 4th inning of work. He's allowed just 1 run on the day so far as Hostetter looks at 1 down and in.
Yeah, the Waves are probably kicking themselves right now after that 3rd inning where they loaded the bases. Could not bring in anybody.
Slider misses down and away. It's 2-1 on Hostetter. Yeah, and Carson right now sitting on 5 strikeouts on the day. He fouls that one off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson now 1 strike away from tying his game high of 6 strikeouts, which he got on July 6th. In the one game that the win went to his name, an 8-1 win for the Conejo Oaks. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hostetter. Here's the pitch. Hostetter gets a piece, hits it off himself.
Yeah, the Oaks have done a nice job at continuing to add to this lead. We saw it in the 3rd inning off the RBI double by Jonah Dawson, someone who's having himself quite the day already with 2 RBIs and 2 hits. And now a 2-2 count.
2-2 on the way. Misses upstairs. It's a full count on Will Hostetter. Well, Hostetter grounded out to 3rd his first time up. Looks to get something started for the Waves. 3-2. A swing and a miss. Carson with his 6th strikeout of the game ties his game high from July 6th. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, everything's just working so far for Cody Carson outside of the little hiccups in the top of the 1st inning and in the 3rd inning. But outside of that, he stayed cool, calm, and collected on the mound. And he's another arm that's going to be valuable come down postseason for the Oaks.
Anthony Tompkins, the batter now, as he looks at a slider strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Tompkins, he was a strikeout victim his first time up. As Carson looks to continue his resurgence as he looks at a slider strike on the outside corner. It's now 0-2 on Anthony Tompkins. 0-2 pitch. Slider misses low and away, and Tompkins able to lay off. Well, we've seen some pretty good movement from Carson, and he's been able to tie up some of those hitters by falling for those ones that just dip right away. 1-2 on the way. Misses down and away. It's now 2-2 on Anthony Tompkins. Palmares waits on deck. And that one is thrown behind Anthony Tompkins, so it's now a full count. Cody Carson, he has allowed just 2 free passes on the day, 1 hit batter and 1 walk.
Yeah, that pitch just got away from Carson right there as he smiles back, going on top of the mound.
3-2 pitch down and in for ball 4, so a 1-out walk. That would be Carson's 2nd walk of the day. So Tompkins now at first with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here's Austin Palmares. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. So it's Tompkins at first with Palmares at the plate. Yeah, the Waves chasing 5 runs. They're gonna have to ride that current. First pitch is fouled away, no balls and 1 strike. Austin Palmer is the 2nd baseman for the Waves. And a check on Tompkins at first, a little close, but Tompkins is able to get back in time.
Played at St. Augustine. Played at Modern Day High School.
That one misses high and outside. It's now a 1-1 count. Well, one thing that Palmeris likes to do in his free time outside of baseball is play golf. Yeah, he lettered in baseball at Modern Day. 1-1 grounded to third. Holly will throw to second for one. Falskin takes his time, throws to first. He's not able to get it there in time. Well, Falskin had to take a couple steps and take his time to maintain that ball. Unfortunately for him, a little too late to get Palmeris at first.
Yeah, it almost was kind of like I don't want to say a decoy, but Tompkins just kind of fell down on his run to second base, and Falskin kind of took his eyes off first base for a second and saw Tompkins fall down. And that, obviously, with trying to control the ball, kind of led to a fielder's choice for Palmeris.
Check at first, and Palmeris is just able to get back in time. You heard some folks from the Oaks faithful who believed that they got him, but was just able to get back.
Yeah, and Cody Carson is sly with it. I mean, especially even just where he puts the ball on a pickoff attempt.
Fastball strike on the outside corner. Dimitri Sisitko 1 for 2 on the day with a single. As Palmeris is at first with 2 outs. One-0. Misses downstairs. Palmeris took several feet off of first, kind of deking, or kind of just looking to strike some fear into the Oaks fielders, make him think he could go at any moment. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, and a check at first again. Palmeris is again back safely. It's an even 1-1 count. Well, the Oaks know he's trouble on the bases. Pitch on the way. Rip to the left side. It slows down. Holly throws to second for the force to end the inning. So Waves get a walk, no runs, no hits, and we head to the bottom of the 4th, 6-1 Oaks. Stay tuned. Lucas Danuitz will lead things off in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Oaks. Danuitz, he reached last time on a fielder's choice that brought home a run. As the Oaks sitting on a 6-1 lead over the San Diego Waves. Waves, a competitive affiliate in the CCL South, as Danuitz looks at a strike on the outside corner. Well, Lucas Danuitz coming off of 2 years played at Cal Lutheran. And he launches that one to left field down the line. That's fair, and that will head near the wall. It's cut off out there in left field. And Danuitz hustles into second with a leadoff double.
A great piece of hitting right there by Lucas Danuitz. Just jumps on top of that fastball and sends it down the left field line. And The Oaks continuing to rake here as all sorts of issues thus far for the Waves.
Yeah, Danuit's the oldest guy on the team. He's played at Cal Lutheran. He previously played as well at Southern Illinois University Carbondale and Mesa Community College for a couple of years. His first year for Cal Lutheran was in 2024. Chicago native as Nolan Johnson takes the ball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and no strikes, I beg your pardon. Danuit's a very fast runner at second. Slaps that one foul to the right side, 1-1.
And Johnson just recently committed to Duke. Spent his freshman season at the University of Miami, where he just appeared in 11 at-bats, 2 runs and 5 hits. 4.55 average.
1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, and Nate Norman is able to keep it in front of him. So the Oaks got another chance to add on some insurance. They scored 5 in the second and 1 last inning in the third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Line to right center field. That's in the gap and will get down for a base hit. Danuitz will easily score as it goes all the way to the wall. Johnson turning on the afterburners and heading to third. The throw to third. It hits Johnson and gets past him. It is stopped before it gets into the dugout, but it's now 7-1 Oaks on an RBI triple from Nolan Johnson.
Yeah, the Oaks pouring it on to the Wave, and they've brought their own tsunami here versus the Waves. Is a great piece of hitting right there by Nolan Johnson, and yeah, sliding into third base, just got hit on the incoming throw out from center field by Sasitko.
Well, Sayer's going to get a visit here, and we'll see. We're going to have another new pitcher. Waves don't have a lot of players present, so I would certainly worry for their rate of making substitutions, but we will step aside for the moment. Waves bring in a new pitcher as Lewis Cohen brings in Joshua Johnson to take over for Josue Sayre as Tyler Hawley takes a ball outside. Well, Joshua Johnson, rising sophomore at Western Oregon University. He has made, this is his 4th appearance of the season, a 9.0 ERA. 1-0. Hawley swings and misses for a strike. It's 1-1. He was last seen on July 1st against the MLB Academy Barons in a 7-5 victory. He pitched 2 innings that game, allowed 2 hits and 2 runs. Struck out 1 batter. He faced 9 batters total that game. 1-1 on the way. Fastball misses outside. It's now 2-1 on Tyler Hawley. So Nolan Johnson at third following his RBI triple. Two-one. Hits the outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, imagine it's tough for Jake Rico and the coaching staff of the San Diego Waves to know when to make substitutions when you don't have a lot of players present.
Yeah.
The 2-2 on the way. In the air to left field. Anthony Tompkins is underneath it. He makes the catch. Johnson is coming to the plate. The throw to the plate is not quite in time as Nolan Johnson slides right underneath the tag of Nate Norman. And it's a sacrifice fly for Tyler Hawley, but a huge slide from Nolan Johnson as he barely got underneath that tag. It was close.
Yeah, barely is a good word to use right there, Sammy. I mean, that was bang, bang. And to be honest, it was an interesting decision. I mean, you're up 7-1, so obviously you're going to let your guy go. But the ball wasn't hit too far into the left field, as that was Tompkins who retrieved it and made a good throw home. And I don't know. To be honest, bang, bang play, could have gone either way.
1 out. Here's Devin Wilkes. Looks at a fastball outside. 1-0. Yeah, I mean, it was a great throw to the plate by Anthony Tompkins. Fired a 1-hop strike, and I think it helped Johnson that the throw was not exactly so fast as Wilkes lifts a fly ball to center field. Sitko underneath it, makes the catch. But yeah, I mean, the fly ball, it was a high fly ball by Hawley. And, where Tompkins made the catch, he was about in medium to deep left field.
Yeah.
And, he made as perfect of a throw as he could to the plate, and a quick tag by Norman, but Johnson, by a matter of milliseconds, got his foot in there.
Yeah, I would say, from my vantage point, it looked like the ball had gotten there just in the nick of time. But Johnson just make a good play at home. But it was certainly a car crash type of scene at home plate.
It wasn't in a getaway car, though. As it's a 1-0 count on Jake Schwartz. Looks at a fastball on the outer part of the plate, 1-1. There's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 8-1 Oaks. That one misses low and away, 2-1, 8-1. That was the final score of the second to last time the Oaks and the Philippines baseball group played against each other. 2-1. Chop to the right side. It's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the Oaks, the more runs you have, the more you're up by, the easier it can be to take those kinds of risks. And when they pay off, that builds momentum as well. Fastball misses high and outside. It's a full count now on Jake Schwartz.
Yeah, what is now a 7-run cushion, you kind of can, like you said, take more gamble, and the Oaks will continue to do it all day long.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Schwartz down looking to end the inning. So 4 innings done. We head to the 5th. 8-1 Oaks. We'll be back. Here we are in the 5th inning. Cody Carson entering his 5th inning of work, and he is riding on now a 7-run cushion for the Oaks. He's allowed just 1 run on the day, and first batter he will face will be Matthew Thomas, the right fielder. Thomas 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double, the lone RBI, the lone run for the Waves, and he struck out his last time up. And he grounds that one softly to the right side. Cade Falskin throws to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, as routine as it gets for Cade Falskin at second base, pretty much just collected the ground ball, tossed it over to Schwartz.
Brings up Andreas Nielsen, who has drawn 2 of the 3 free passes that the Waves have seen at the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, drew a walk in the 3rd. First pitch. Fastball inside for a ball, 1-0 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a big lead so far for the Conejo Oaks. 1-0 is chopped backwards out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the great thing about it is the Oaks haven't got complacent. Like, they weren't just satisfied with scoring, 5 runs in the 2nd inning. Obviously, they haven't had that exact result in the 3rd or the 4th inning, but they're continuing to score runs, continuing to put guys on base, and that's really what you can only ask for.
Pop back foul. And it hops back against the screen, so 2 strikes on Nielsen. Yeah, the Waves there. It's really the Waves who are facing the Wave today. It's the Oaks there. They have a huge, substantial lead, and similar story in the sense that it was the Waves who struck first, but they only scored 1 run, and the Oaks, they have scored what so far are 8 answered runs. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner, and Cody Carson with a season high per game in strikeouts with 7.
Yeah, that was a great piece. Great pitching sequence right there from Cody Carson. Just goes with the slider on the outside, and Johnson also with a good framing job to pull it in.
Ethan Begani lifts one in the air. It's caught on the grass by Cade Falskin. So a 1-2-3 inning for Cody Carson. 5 innings of 1-run ball. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Stay tuned. Jax Jimenez will lead things off for the Oaks in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Joshua Johnson entering his 2nd inning of work. He came on in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Jimenez takes a check swing and pulls it back, it's a 1-0 count. Well, Jax Jimenez 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts on the day. Oaks would love to see his bat going today. And he rips that one foul to the right side. That had some pretty good distance and pop to it, but way beyond the foul line. Well, the Oaks currently with a 7-run lead. They've got 6 hits on the day. It's 8-1. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Johnson froze Jimenez, and Jimenez a little shocked by that corner call, but he's down. Strikes out for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, this time caught looking.
So that'll bring up Zach Mora, the shortstop. He is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. In the dirt, it goes to the backstop, 1-0. Well, Joshua Johnson, as he enters his 2nd inning of work, he has gone 2 innings in a couple of games throughout the season. As that one misses upstairs. He is not a guy who has made a start on the mound to the season, as it's 2-0 on Zach Mora. Attends Western Oregon University. The 2-0. Mora fights it off into center field for a base hit. So Zach Mora, a 1-out single. And the Oaks with a runner on first and 1 out in the 5th.
Yeah, strong piece of hitting right there from Zach Moore. Gets his first hit of the day, now 12th of the season. Waits for his pitch and attacks when he sees it, and now brings up Jonah Dawson, has the hottest bat of them all today.
Yeah, Dawson 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, both singles and both with 1 RBI on each single. Mora at first with a big lead. Dawson rips a line drive into left field for a base hit. He's 3 for 3 with his 3rd hit.
Yeah, now with his 3rd hit, it's the first time he hasn't brought home a run, but he did advance Zach Mora to second base, and man, he's feeling it. You can just tell the confidence he has. That was first pitch swinging, and was able to drive that into left field.
Brings up Cade Falskin, who is now 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of groundouts and a walk. So 2 on for the Oaks with 1 out, and they've got a 7-run lead. They keep getting ahead little by little in these past few innings. Falskin lines it on a hop to short. Hostas to second, and the throw to first by Palmares is in time for the 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the 5th inning. Still 8-1 Oaks as we head to the 6th. We'll be back. Here we are now in the top of the 6th inning, and now pitching for the Oaks is the left-hander Cade Berry. Cade Berry pitching for his 8th time this season. He's 1-0 on the season. His win came on July 5th, the last time these two teams played each other. He was the winning pitcher for the Oaks in the 5-4 win for Conejo, and he steps in right here as he faces Nate Norman to lead things off, and he looks at ball 1 upstairs. Well, Cade Berry so far in the season has allowed just 2 unearned runs. That was against the Arroyo Seco Saints on June 17th. That one misses down and into Norman. It's now 2-0 on Nate Norman. Well, Norman 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. 2 balls and no strikes. And he launches that one in the air to left field, chasing Dawson back to the track, to the wall. It's off the wall. Norman on his way to second base, and he will stand there with a ringing leadoff double. Well, that ball was crushed in the air to left field. I thought that ball may have had a chance to get out of here. I think it just carried up a little too long, but it hits about halfway up the wall. And Nate Norman's got himself a leadoff double. So that'll now bring up Liam O'Day, the designated hitter. That's certainly a good start for the San Diego Waves here in the 6th inning. So they've got plenty of work cut out for them to come back. There's a strike off speed there from Cade Berry, 0-1. Well, the San Diego Waves playing in their last few innings of the season. They've got a 5-6 record right now, certainly not in playoff contention. 0-1 misses just a little bit outside for ball 1, so an even 1-1 count on Liam O'Day. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Norman at second base, nobody out. That's in the dirt. It gets right beside Jacob Galloway. Galloway is the new catcher for the Conejo Oaks, so he takes over for Nolan Johnson. So it's now 2-1 on Liam O'Day, and now Nate Norman 90 feet away. O'Day with a swing could make this a 5-run game. 2-1. Misses down and in for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count on O'Day. Well, O'Day on the day is grounded out, and he flew out his last time up in the 3rd. 3 balls and 1 strike. That one is ripped right at Hawley at 3rd for the first out.
Yeah, right place, right time for Tyler Hawley.
And that's a big out, too, to keep Norman at 3rd for the time being. That brings up Will Hostetter. So we're 5+ innings into this game. Hostetter 0 for 2 on the day. Misses down and in for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Will Hostetter. Well, if you're the Waves, you got to think about just 1 base runner at a time and have that small ball approach little by little. If you want to catch up to the Oaks quickly, can't always necessarily rely on luck. 1 ball and 1 strike on Hostetter. Misses upstairs for ball 2. There's certainly no need really for the infield to play in with a 7-run lead. Nate Norman at 3rd with 1 out. 2-1. There's a strike that hits the inner part of the plate. It's an even 2-2 count on Will Hostetter. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Misses upstairs. It's now a full count on Will Hostetter. Cade Berry in to relieve Cody Carson after he pitched. He pitched outstanding. 5 innings of 1-run ball. As Hostetter draws ball 4, so it's now 1st and 3rd with 1 out.
Yeah, Cody Carson, we saw him tie a season high in innings pitched at 5 and then set a new strikeout season high.
Yeah, he's got 7 strikeouts on the day. So that now brings in Anthony Tompkins as it's runners at the corners with 1 out. Tompkins could pull the Waves to within halfway of the Oaks' lead. It's a fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Tompkins on the day 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Hostetter at first. Norman the runner at third, and Cade Berry checks on Hostetter.
Yeah, kind of in the limited chances the Waves have had today, they simply just haven't capitalized. I mean, it's a word we've used throughout this season. But truthfully, if the Wave want a chance, they're going to have to capitalize, because with it being an 8-1 game, and I mean, still the 6th inning, so there's still some time to play with, but the Oaks aren't going away. I mean, their bats have kept consistent.
1-1. A check swing and a check at first, and he did not go. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Tompkins. Kind of a delayed check. The umpire may not have wanted to check at first there, but a 2-1 count on Tompkins. 7-run lead for the Oaks. A 2-1. Rip to the left side, right at Hawley, throws to second for 1. On to first, another double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. And the Waves are finished here in the top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 8-1 Oaks. We'll be back. Bottom of the 6th inning, Lucas Danuitz leading things off for the Oaks. And back out to the mound is Joshua Johnson for now his 3rd inning of work. And Danuitz steps to the plate. He doubled to left his last time up as he looks at a ball outside. It was the inning where the Oaks scored 2 runs on Danuitz led off with a double and followed by Johnson with an RBI triple, and then Johnson came home on a sac fly. What was a bang-bang play, as we've been talking about, as misses low and away for ball 2.
Yeah, with no replay, there's hard to make a decision.
2-0 on the way from Johnson is outside. It's now a 3-0 count on Lucas Danuitz. Yeah, no replay in D3 baseball and college baseball, having to rely on the umpires coming together. It's certainly not ideal. Here's the 3-0. Misses upstairs for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Lucas Danuitz.
Yeah. Sort of rare that we've seen calls overturned. We've only seen it at least once. But outside of that, it's whatever's the call on the field is usually going to stand.
Well, that now brings up Jacob Galloway, who has taken over as the catcher for Nolan Johnson. So batting in his spot, Jacob Galloway repping that Texas A&M gear on his shin. First pitch misses inside for a ball. Well, Galloway played his first 2 seasons at USC, was 2024 All Pac-12 honorable mention. 1 ball and no strikes on Galloway with Danuitz at first. He's got a big lead, but he does not go. There's a fastball inside. It's now 2-0 on Jacob Galloway. Galloway, one of now 5 catchers we have seen for the Oaks, as gonna have a visit by Jake Rico and Nate Norman.
Yeah, Galloway just committed to Oregon State, headed back to the Pac-12. And it's actually the first time we've seen him since the All-Star break, or the Showcase break. He was the starting catcher for the South Division. Certainly a well-deserved position on the South Showcase team.
2-0 on Jacob Galloway, who is batting .324 on the season so far. He's got 24 hits. He has 1 home run as well. That came back on June 24th on the road at Pasadena. Danuitz at first with nobody out. 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's now 2-1.
Yeah, the Oaks still looking to add more to what is already an 8-1 lead. And Galloway's certainly a guy to do it. He's a threat with any sort of runners on the bags.
2-1 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for another strike. 2-2. Yeah, and Danuitz, he is a threat himself on the bases, as he's got 2 stolen bases on the season so far. It's been caught once. So a 2-2 count on Galloway. Payoff pitch. There goes Danuitz, and Galloway fouls it off. So we'll see if Danuitz runs again. Yeah, Jacob Galloway battling Joshua Johnson here, as at the bottom of the 6th inning, San Diego Waves in their final game of the 2025 season. So Danuitz at first, nobody out, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Galloway. Two. Danuitz does not go, and it misses a little bit low and outside. It's a full count on Galloway.
Yeah, in his first at bat since the break, putting on a good fight here versus Joshua Johnson.
There goes Danuitz, and it's lifted in the air to right center field. Coming in is the right fielder Thomas to make the catch. 1 gone, and Danuitz retreats back to first, so that now brings up Tyler Hawley.
Number 7, Tyler Hawley.
Hawley is 0 for 2 on the day. He had a sac fly his last time up. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 8-1 Oaks, as it has been since the 4th inning. First pitch misses downstairs for a ball. 1-0. Well, Holly with 4 home runs on the season. We mentioned he leads the team in that category. He's yet to hit one right here at home at George Sparky Anderson Field. 1 gone. And the 1-0. To the left side, it gets past the glove of Nielsen. And down the line, Danuitz heading to third. And he will be stopped there. Well, Nielsen was jogging to that ball, and it just hit right off the tip of his glove and deflected away from really both him and Tompkins, the left fielder. And as a result, Danuitz is at third and Tyler Holly at second.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting play there by Nielsen. I mean, if he had kind of dove and tried to make the play, I have a better feeling that that ball would have not rolled into left field and now put 2 runners into scoring position. And the guy at the plate, Devin Wilkes, certainly a threat.
Yeah, he can certainly make you pay for a mistake like that. So Danuitz and Holly, the runners, with 1 out. Wilkes flies that one foul out of play. Pitch on the way to Wilkes, and that one is chopped to the left side. That'll bring a run home. Throw to first. And it pulls Ethan Begani off the first base bag, so everybody's safe and a run scores. It's another error for the San Diego Waves. So the shortstop Hostetter just threw it a little too far to the right of the bag, and Begani was not able to keep his foot on the bag.
Yeah, that ball just veered off to the left by the throw by Hostetter, the shortstop, and good base running there by Devin Wilkes, who's now going to be replaced by a little bit more of a speedster in Isaac Veal.
Yeah, Veal will come on to run for Wilkes. So Devin Wilkes finishes his game. He has a pretty good game. He goes 0 for 3 at the plate, but he reaches twice. So that now brings up Jake Schwartz, first and third with 1 out. Schwartz into center field. Sisitko drops the ball. He dropped the ball. And Holly comes in to score. Unbelievable. Well, that is the 3rd straight error that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was pretty much hit dead on to center field, and I don't know if it was the sun or whatever it was. Sitko really just looked at the ball, and then it was behind him. So
everything going wrong for the Waves this inning. It's now 10-1 Oaks. Here is Jax Jimenez, and he lines one on a hop to second. Throw to second by Palmares for 1, and the throw to first in time for the much-needed and overdue double play. But the Oaks add a couple more, thanks to, comes down to 3 errors. So we now head to the top of the 7th inning, 10-1 Oaks. We'll be back. Well, here we are now in the top of the 7th inning, and where the Oaks added 2 more runs in the bottom of the 6th inning as they now lead 10-1 over the San Diego Waves. First pitch high and outside to Austin Palmarez. Well, just these last few innings, the Oaks have been red hot. As that one misses downstairs for a ball.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, they continue to add runs here, and
misses downstairs for another ball. It's now 2-1 on Palmarez. Cade Berry delivers, and that misses downstairs. It was, beg your pardon, 3-0, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So that'll now bring up Dimitri Sisitko, and you know he was anxious to come up to the plate after he made an error in center field, one of 3 that Waves made in that inning. Yeah, certainly an ugly inning of defense for the Waves in the bottom of the 6th.
yeah,
So Palmer is at first with nobody out. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Galloway for a ball.
yeah, it's been a lot of would've, could've, and should've baseball for the Oaks, for the Waves today, as they've just really gotten in their own way with defensive errors and then offensively not being able to capitalize with runners in scoring position. But credit to the Oaks pitching. I mean, Cody Carson came in as the starting pitcher, did a great job in 5 innings, and Cade Berry has, worked through a little bit of traffic, but his defense has backed him up.
So Sisitko with a 1-0 count, and Palmarez at first. Misses upstairs, ball 2. Yeah, the Waves, they need offense, and they need it now here in the 7th inning. They're now chasing 9 runs. So there's a strike that drops in there. That had some pretty good movement from Cade Berry. Cade Berry in his 2nd inning of work. There's 1 out in the 7th inning. 2-1. As Sisitko foul tips it right into the glove of Galloway. It's now an even 2-2 count. Sisitko has 1 hit on the day. He singled to start this game off way back in the 1st inning, which feels like years ago. There's a swing and a miss. So Sisitko goes down via way of the K for the first out.
Yeah, good pitching right there from Cade Berry. His first strikeout of the day.
One out, and Matthew Thomas looks at a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Thomas, he is still responsible for the lone RBI for the Waves. The 0-1. In the air to center field, chasing Jimenez back to the track, to the wall. It's up against the wall. On his way to third is Palmarez, and he will be stopped there, wisely so, as the Waves are still chasing 9 runs. But a ringing double off the bat of Matthew Thomas. That would be his 2nd of the day.
Yeah, it was a great piece of hitting right there from Matthew Thomas. Really made center fielder Jimenez have to work to even get back to that ball, and he decided to take it off the wall. And it really didn't bounce off the walls. It kind of just plopped right down in front of the fence. So now 2 runners in scoring position. This is what I was talking about. The Waves need to capitalize now.
Looks like we've got a pinch hitter, Jacob Hudson, batting for Andreas Nielsen. Looks at a strike on middle part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. on Hudson. Second and third with one out. It gets past Galloway in the dirt, and coming to the plate is Palmarez. It's a 10-2 ball game. The Waves still have plenty of work to do, but that's a start.
Yeah, slowly chipping away, but you're going to need a lot more than just errors from the Oaks to come back in this one.
So now it's Thomas at third with one out. That was Jacob Hudson, rising sophomore at Saddleback College. Hit 3 home runs last season. Flies that one foul and out of play. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One out, and Thomas, the runner at third. Chopper foul to the left side. Interesting decision by Thomas to try to reach up and get it. He had to know it was foul. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out to Jacob Hudson. And now David Solis is actually talking to the umpire about Thomas touching that baseball, wondering whether if it was in foul territory when he touched it, because if it wasn't, then Thomas would be out for an interference. And if he is called out here, I would imagine he's going to have a talking to in the dugout.
No, he certainly will, and the umpire is currently meeting.
Yeah, he's already trying to laugh it off. It is a foul ball, so no interference in order. Well, Thomas got lucky there.
He did get very lucky, but
1 ball and 2 strikes is the count to Jacob Hudson. He lettered in baseball at Valley Christian High School nearby. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Hudson fouls off another.
yeah, Jacob Hudson, a sophomore at Saddleback College. He's actually Conference Pitcher of the Year back in his high school days for Valley Christian.
That one is lined into left center field for a base hit. Thomas will come to the plate. And it's a 10-3 Oaks lead on a pinch hit RBI single by Jacob Hudson. Well, that's how you do it off the bench.
That's certainly how you do it, and it's what the Waves have been needing all game long, of just trying to capitalize with the runners in scoring position, and they're finally doing it here. A little bit of help from the pass ball, but now they're doing it themselves.
Now brings up Ethan Begani, the first baseman. Hudson at first, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 1. There's 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. The Waves have scored 2 runs, though. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. The bottom dropped out of that pitch from Barry as he got Begani to chase that one. So he's ahead 0-2 as Nate Norman waits on deck. The 0-2. Misses downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on Ethan Begani. There's 1 down. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And with first base occupied, and he's heading to second. Hudson is tagged out, so ends up a strike him out, throw him out, double play. And it's time to stretch here at George Sparky Anderson Field. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Waves get a pair. It's 10-3 Oaks when we return. Bottom of the 7th inning, and the Waves bring in a new pitcher as Joshua Johnson's day is done. He yields way to Nathan Sally, rising junior at San Diego Mesa College. And Sally, in his second pitching appearance, his first appearance was on June 20th in the Waves' brutal 14-3 loss against the Foresters. He pitched 2 innings that game where he allowed 4 runs. 3 of those were earned. As it's a fastball strike on the upper part of the zone to Zach Mora leading things off for the Oaks. He is 1 for 1 with a single his last time up. He's also walked twice. Here's the 0-1. That misses outside. It's now a 1-1 count on Zach Mora. Well, the Waves chasing 7 runs yet again as they scored 2 in the top of the 7th. They still trail 10-3 as Mora fouls that one off the bat to the right side. Yeah, the Waves, they had their opportunity in the first inning in which they scored, and other than that, they did load the bases in the 3rd inning, but nothing became of it. So that one misses outside. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Oaks, if you're the Oaks, you just want more and more insurance. You want to maintain that momentum as Mora lifts one into left field, and Tompkins comes in, lays out, and makes the catch. Boy, what a play by Tompkins in left field, as it appeared as though he got a slightly late break on the ball, but was able to come in and tumble over like a tumbleweed and make the catch.
Yeah, it was a great play out there in left field, and one of the few shining plays defensively for the day for the Waves.
Jonah Dawson looks at a strike on the outside corner. Well, Dawson has so far had a perfect day at the plate. He's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, making a big case for player of the game.
There's a slider on the outside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. He was the very first player of the game that we had, and you had talked to him back then.
Yeah, that's just over a month ago, which seems so fast.
I know, yeah. It's way back, and serious question, do you remember every word of that conversation?
I do not.
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dawson. 1 out. Dawson lifts one, and it is caught by the shortstop, Will Hostess. What a play by Hostetter at short. Robbing Dawson of a hit. He is 3 for 4 on the day now.
Yeah,
the streak is over.
That was sweet right there from the shortstop. Hostetter just sliding into that play as he kind of had the backup for Nielsen or backup for Jacob Hudson, who's now at third base. But a terrific play.
Brings up Cade Falskin, the second baseman for the Oaks. There's 2 outs. Falskin looks at a ball inside, 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs in the inning as Nathan Sally has retired the first 2 Oaks he has faced. 1 out. Misses upstairs. It's now 2 balls and no strikes on Falskin. Line shot on a hop, and it goes off the glove of Palmares at second base, so Falskin is aboard.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there by number 22. Showing off his bat right there.
So that now brings up Lucas Danuitz for the Oaks. Danuitz had a double back in the 4th inning. So he fouls that one off the end of the bat. And they do give an error to Palmares at second base. Yeah, Lucas Danuitz is 1 for 3 on the day. He walked his last time up. He had doubled in that 4th inning when the Oaks scored 2 runs. Falskin is going. He got a beautiful jump. The throw to second is high. Goes into center field, but a little shallow for Falskin to advance to third.
Yeah, good base running right there by Falskin. Now gets his 5th stolen base of the season.
So it's a 1-1 count on Lucas Danuitz. So he takes that one high for ball 2. Yeah, I mean, Falskin, he had pretty much started his steal run by taking some extra steps, but Sally wasn't really paying much attention to him. 1-2 misses low and away. It's now an even 2-2 count on Lucas Danuitz. Two outs. 2-2 misses low and outside. It's now a 3-2, a full count on Danuitz with 2 outs. Falskin at second base. Three-two. Up the middle. Fielded by Palmarez. He throws to first for the out. So the Oaks get Falskin to reach on an error. No runs, no hits. And we now head to the 8th inning, 10-3 Oaks. Stay tuned. Nate Norman leads off the 8th inning as the Waves trail 10-3 against the Conejo Oaks, and Oaks have a new pitcher, the left-hander Chris Lozano. Lozano with a fastball up and away for a ball. Chris Lozano 1-0 on the season so far. His one win came on June 18th against the MLB Academy Barons in that 19-6 victory, and that was his first pitching appearance of the season. 1-0. Fastball hits the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Lozano with a 2.07 ERA. Has struck out 6 batters on the season, has allowed 10 hits. So Nate Norman with a 1-1 count. It's a swing and a miss. Falls behind 1-2. Norman 2 for 3 on the day. He's got a single and a double. He doubled his last time up in the 6th inning. It was an inning where the Waves put runners on the corners. That one is popped up to the right side. Shallow right field. Coming in is the right fielder Danuitz, and he makes the catch. So 1 gone. And that'll now bring up Liam O'Day. O'Day is hitless on the day, 0 for 3. He lined out to 3rd his last time up. So 1 gone. Chris Lozano making his 7th pitching appearance of the season as O'Day looks at a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Well, the San Diego Waves have had an up and down season, certainly, as there's a chopper over to 3rd. Tyler Hawley rockets the throw to 1st for the out, 2 down. So with 2 outs, batter is now Will Hostetter. Hostetter hitless on the day with a walk. Yeah, the Saints offense, they scored a run in the 1st and a couple in the 7th. And they could have potentially scored more in the 7th. I think they kind of cut themselves short a little bit. There's a fastball in the outside corner, no balls and 1 strike to Hostetter. Yeah, Chris Lozano, he's retired the first 2 of this inning. Lozano just the 3rd Oaks pitcher of the day. That one misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Cody Carson, we saw him throw 5 innings of 1-run ball. As Hostetter waits for a 1-1 that misses downstairs. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And the Oaks just continuing to build their momentum. They've won their last 4, and they're certainly 4 outs away from winning their 5th in a row. And that one is hit in the air to left center field, not very deep, as Jax Jimenez makes the catch in the gap. We head now to the bottom of the 8th, a 1-2-3 inning for Lozano. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 8th inning, if all goes well for the Oaks, this would be their last offensive frame as they have a 10-3 lead over the San Diego Waves. Jacob Galloway will lead things off. The due-up is Galloway, Hawley, and Veal, who took over as a pinch runner for Wilkes. So Jacob Galloway leading things off. Galloway flew out to right his first time up back in the 6th inning. Nathan Sally enters his 2nd inning of work. First pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Well, the San Diego Waves, they started out as the North County Waves. The team was formed in 1995 by Doug Johnson and Mike Stutter. It's part of the Men's League All-Star and Travel team. The first year in existence, the Waves, they joined the National Baseball Congress, or the NBC, which is what the Santa Barbara Foresters are a part of. Foresters in first place in the CCEL South. As that's ball 2 that misses upstairs, and you know, as the team went on over the years, that the San Diego Waves they became a summer collegiate team with some ex-college and even some minor league baseball players mixed in, as it's a 3-0 count now on Jacob Galloway. And you know, the Waves reached a point where they were one of 6 original franchises in the newly formed Western Semi-Pro Baseball Association in 1998. As Galloway draws ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Yeah, and in both 1999 and 2000, the Waves finished 2nd at the end of those seasons. And it was the next year when the Waves, they qualified for their first NBC World Series appearance, in which they traveled to Wichita, Kansas, and they won the NBC Western Regional in San Diego that year. As Tyler Hawley takes a strike on the outside corner. Yeah, in that season, the Waves, they finished 17th place in the World Series. And in 2001, the Waves, they won their first league championship title. As there's another strike on the outer part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. And in 2001, that year, the Waves would qualify for another NBC World Series appearance. No balls and 2 strikes. And it's a check on Galloway at first, still 0-2. In 2002, the Waves won the Western Semi-Pro Baseball Association crown, as Holly fouls that one back. And that association, that was called that at the time. Now it's called the Western Baseball Association, but another 17th finish for the Waves that season. Waves have won 7 league titles historically and have qualified for the NBC World Series 15 times. In 2011, they finished in 4th. 5th in 2014 and 7th in 2015, 9th in 2016. Went back to the 5th place spot in 2017 and 2018. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss and a strikeout of Tyler Hawley for the first out.
Now batting, number 2, Isaac.
The Waves, they changed their name officially to the San Diego Waves in 2005, so they've been named the Waves for about 20 years now. There's a ball that misses outside to Isaac Veal, getting his first plate appearance since pinch running for Devin Wilkes in the 6th inning after Wilkes had reached on an error by Hostetter. That one is lifted in the air to right field, chasing Matthew Thomas back to the wall, and he makes the catch at the track. That was a well-struck ball by Veal, but came up a little short.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Veal. Strong hit, but just not far enough to be a home run.
Brings up Jake Schwartz for the Oaks. Schwartz is hitless on the day. He reached on an error his last time up by, I beg your pardon, he's 1 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error by Sasitko his last time up. Takes a high off speed for ball 1. 1-0 on Jake Schwartz. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Oaks, for the majority of the game, have held a 7-run lead. Not necessarily the same 7-run lead. So there's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Jake Schwartz, his single came back in the 3rd inning. He's got 2 home runs on the season. 1-1. Misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jacob Galloway at first. Jax Jimenez waits on deck. Should it reach him? 2-1 is fouled off. It's now an even 2-2 count on Jake Schwartz, with Galloway at first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 on the way. Struck to center field. Sasitko coming on. He lays out and makes the catch. Well, Sasitko redeems himself against Jake Schwartz with a diving catch, and that sends us to the 9th inning, and the Waves down to their final 3 outs of the season. We'll stay tuned. Here we are in the 9th inning, and the San Diego Waves quite likely facing their last inning of the 2025 season. They're currently 5-6, and the Oaks are 3 outs away from advancing their winning streak to 5 games, as they will face the Orange County Riptide tomorrow for a 1 o'clock game right here at George Sparky Anderson Field, as Anthony Tompkins lines a base hit to center field to start off the inning.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there from Anthony Tompkins, but it's the Wave who are in the end game of their season here in 2025, and still an opportunity. I mean, down 10-3. I mean, they would really have to pull off a miracle, but we've seen crazier things.
We certainly have. And that'll bring up Austin Palmarez. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk his last time up, and he looks at ball 1 outside, the 85-mile-per-hour fastball from Chris Lozano. So Anthony Tompkins is the runner at first. 1-0. Misses down and in for ball 2. It's now a 2-0 count on Palmarez. Conejo Oaks have 3 straight games to face against the Orange County Riptide, as that one misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 on Palmarez. They'll face the Riptide tomorrow at 1 p.m. and then Tuesday it'll be a 5 p.m. game at Great Park in Irvine. And then on Wednesday, it'll be a 4:30 matchup right here at George Sparky Anderson Field. There's a strike on the outside corner, 3 balls and 1 strike. And to follow that, the Oaks will play their next 2 games after their 3 games against the Riptide against the San Luis Obispo Blues. Oaks will be home on Friday, July 25th. And the following day, the Oaks will be hosted by the Blues at Sinsheimer Park as Palmerus draws ball 4. So Waves have their first 2 on with nobody out.
Yeah, an opportunity here for top of the order, Dimitri Sasitko, to bring in some Waves and slowly chip away, but can't do it too slowly as you're down to just 3 outs here.
Dimitri Sasitko looks at a ball. Sasitko is 1 for 4 on the day with a single way back in the first. Tompkins and Palmerus the runners. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, all those games versus the Riptide are going to be very meaningful and potentially hosting the championship game here at George Sparky.
Sasitko foul tips that one into the glove. It's now a 1-2 count. Yeah, every game, I mean, you can feel the contention a lot more with playoffs just getting closer. And the Riptide may have gotten off to a rocky start this season, but they have been anything but rocky against the Oaks. That one is fouled away. And the other thing, too, is the Oaks, they're 1-2 against the Riptide this season. And, you know, when the Oaks were home at Ventura College, we saw a close game. It was a walk-off victory, but the other 2 games that the Oaks have played on the road at Great Park have been atrocious for the Oaks.
Yeah, it's been 2 games they want to forget about.
1-2 is lifted in the air to left field, very shallow. Henry Borjas right by the line, makes the catch. So he pulls in out number 1 as Borjas takes over in left field for Jonah Dawson, who finished the game on a red-hot 3 for 4 day with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, it's almost crazy to believe that the CCL playoffs are in less than a fortnight. And, you know, with an opportunity to play another home game here during the playoffs and defend the title.
That one is fouled away for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Well, the batter is Matthew Thomas. It's first and second, 1 out. Here in the 9th inning, a 10-3 lead for the Oaks. Oaks 2 outs away from winning their 5th straight. That misses in the dirt. It's blocked by Galloway. Matthew Thomas has 2 hits on the day, 2 doubles with 1 RBI. For the first 6 innings, he had the only RBI of the game for the Waves. As there's a swing and a miss. Another strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. But since then, the Waves in the 7th inning did pick up an RBI single from Jacob Hudson off the bench. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses upstairs. It's now an even 2-2 count on Thomas. With 1 out here in the 9th, Oaks 2 outs away from their 5th straight win. 2-2 pitch. Misses a little outside. Some off speed there from Chris Lozano. It's now a full count. Full count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call right on the outside corner. 2 outs. That was a wicked slider there from Lozano.
Yeah, great pitching right there to get the 2nd out and freezes Matthew Thomas at the plate.
So now there's 2 outs here in the 9th inning. There's a strike right over the plate. 0-1 the count to Jacob Hudson, who came off the bench and delivered an RBI single. Hits the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the Oaks 1 strike away from another win, and Waves down to their very last strike of the season. Big moment here. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Galloway. Should it go any farther, Ethan Begani waits in the on-deck circle. 1-2. Just a little upstairs. It's an even 2-2 count. Chris Lozano in his 2nd inning of work, looking to complete this one. 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. It's still a 2-2 count on Jacob Hudson. Two on with 2 outs, a 10-3 lead for the Oaks. Another 2-2. Upstairs, we've got a full count now, and the runners will be taking off on this pitch.
Good patient at the plate from Jacob Hudson.
3-2 with 2 outs, 1st and 2nd. Runners will be going. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Chris Lozano puts the finishing touches on this one for the Oaks as he throws 2 shutout innings to close this one out, and the Oaks win their 5th straight ball game by a final of 10-3 over the San Diego Waves. And so the Waves, their season is over. They finished the 2025 season 5-7. Oaks now 22-9 on the season. We've certainly got a lot of momentum heading forward. We welcome you back up to the broadcast booth. Well, the Oaks offense, they came alive here in this game. You saw the Oaks score 5 runs in that bottom of the 2nd inning, the biggest inning they had by far, and also took advantage of some mistakes later on. It was in that bottom of the 6th inning when the Oaks ended up scoring what would be their 10th runs, and you know, the Waves pulled off a couple runs, but wasn't nearly enough today to beat the Oaks.
Yeah, just thought Cody Carson, the way he handled and was commanding on the mound, just allowing 1 run in that 1st inning, but had to, a season-high 7 strikeouts, went 5 innings. He had a great game, and I think it starts from the pitching, and the batters helped.
Yeah, Cody Carson, he really set the tone on the mound and really defensively for the Oaks. 5 innings of 1-run ball and 7 strikeouts. The Oaks will be back here tomorrow for a 1 o'clock matinee against the Orange County Riptide. It'll be the 4th time that these 2 teams will have faced each other. Well, on behalf of our spectacular crew alongside Judo Kanyas, my name is Sammy Fawn. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you